Hey guys, how you doing? I just found a really cool spot over by CineSpace. I don't know what it is with these little hidden spots, but I love it. There's something about finding little hiding spots where nobody could find you and just parking the van and staying there overnight. It's kind of cool. Problem with this spot though is there's train tracks everywhere, so I probably shouldn't stay here. And I got the dog running around. He hasn't crossed a track yet, so we'll see. Hey Jax, where do you think you're going? Stay away from the train tracks. So that's actually a CineSpace building right there. That is a stage. So the reason I'm down here right now is, oh, there goes Jax. I have a COVID test to do tomorrow, another one. Every time I do a job, we have to get tested. It's just the way it is. So I'm down here tonight. I cut out of the motorcycle shop a little early today so I could come down here, find a spot to park up for the night and have a cozy little night. Look how far he's going. He's right there. Can you see him? Jax! Where are you going? Come on. Dun 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 dun. So yeah, I like to come down here a little early, find a spot, you know, put on a movie, make some dinner, and have a nice little evening in the van. So anyways, I'm gonna go do that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, and I got to go get a COVID test right down the street here. Not sure what to talk about today. Hey, let's turn the lights on. Boom. Boom. Yeah, it's much better. Maybe we'll talk about... Let's talk about Jax. Let's talk about how to get over the obstacles of having a dog in the van. What do you think, Jax? Should we talk about you? We're going to talk about him. But first, let me go get this COVID test. And here we are again doing another COVID test. This place looks familiar. It's like 4 or 5 videos ago I did this exact thing. So here we go. Oh boy. Oh man, every time I do that, it like makes my nose tingle. It's a weird feeling. So anyways, I gotta head back to the shop and work there, and once I'm done with that, I'm gonna make a video for you guys about how I overcome the obstacles of having a dog in the van. See you soon. Okay, so let's talk about having a dog in the van and the obstacles. And I see a lot of YouTube videos where people, you know, they've got their dog in the van, and it's not a problem because they work either out of their van, or they work only 8-hour shifts, or they have somebody else in the van that can watch the dog while they work. In my case, I'm a single guy with my dog in the van, and I have quite a few obstacles. I sometimes will work a 12-hour day, depending on what I'm doing. When I work at the motorcycle shop, Jax is at the shop with me, and that's no problem because he could just chill in the van. I can take frequent breaks, come let him out, feed him, whatever. The biggest challenge is when I work 12-hour days on a film set and I can't get back to my van for 12 hours. Now, in a lot of cases, I have been able to have my van close to set, where Jax would be either by our truck, which you guys have seen if you've seen any of my previous videos, which is great. But in some situations, depending on the job, I will put Jax up on a Rover. If you know what Rover is, great. Rover is an app. It's a babysitting app for dogs. And there's like several different things you could do on it. I've only used Rover a couple times, and I'll be honest, every single time that I have used Rover, I have been happy as a clam. So one year I was doing a job. It was an exterior job, and it was like a good 11, 12-hour day, and it was like almost 90 degrees. It was just freaking hot. And normally what I would do is start the generator and run the AC for Jax while he's sitting in the van. However, a lot of people don't like that. I don't like to leave Jax in the van on a hot day like that. It's just not ideal. So when I know I'm going to have days like that, I will just bite the bullet and put him up in a Rover, which is awesome because these people I can drop Jax off. They'll watch him all day. This one guy actually sent me pictures of him throughout the day, which was awesome. So Rover is an app where you can babysit dogs, or you can have somebody babysit your dog. In a lot of cases, you can actually, on Rover, you can have people come to your house to let your dog out. Now, in my case, it's hard because my house moves around. So there's no like address that I can put there. But anyways, I haven't done that. I've just dropped them off for the day or 2 days or whatever. A lot of times if I can, I will have a friends or family watch the dog for a day or two while I'm working, if I know it's going to be a hard situation. Hey, look who just jumped up on the driver's seat there. The guy we're talking about! He's a good one. I love Jax. He's a great dog. So, another thing to talk about when having a dog in the van. So if you're going to walk in a store or go to Menards, Walmart, whatever, one thing you might want to consider doing is either leaving the engine running with the AC on. Most people won't say or do anything or get pissed off or whatever then. In the winter, I have no problem with it. Nobody, and neither does anybody else. The biggest issues I've ever had with the dog in the van is mainly other people. And I once had somebody, okay, so I had the generator running, I had the AC on, and I was in Menards. Okay, so I was in Menards for a good, I forget what I was doing, but I was in there for a while, and I knew I was going to be in there for a while. That's why I had it running. Well, when I came outside, I had some lady by my van, because Jax would sit up front all the time, and she was kind of freaking out because there's a dog in the van, and it was about a 75-degree day out. So I walk up, and she's like, "Is this your dog?" Very nice lady. She was fine. There was no issues. But I pointed out that there's a generator, and there's an AC running, and yeah. So as long as you do the proper thing and keep your dog safe, you shouldn't have any issues. Here's something that I do to help the situation. One of the biggest issues is Jax loves to sit up front where the world can see him. Now, it's a nice cool day, so I would leave him in the van, no problem. It's nice and cool. Jax. But one thing that I wanted to do when I built out this van is I originally wanted to have a wall here with like a sliding door. And the reason for that is because I wanted to have the ability to keep Jax in the back and be able to close this door where he could just chill back here and be fine, you know? Always have your max fan on when you leave your dog in the van. I ended up not doing that because it just didn't work out with the Ford Transit. But, so what I do is I have a chain here so that way he can't, it's long enough where he can roam around the van. He can jump up on the bed, but he can't get to the front. And I don't want him getting to the front. The reason for that is because people are jerks. People see a dog in the van and they don't like it. But he's your pet, so do the right thing and make sure that he's not going to overheat in the van. He or she heat in the van. That's the only issues I've ever had with having a dog in the van. The only other issue is it's freaking hairy. The hair drives me crazy. I end up blowing this thing out 2 to 3 times a week because of the hair. The bed is the worst. He'll jump up on the bed and it just, gets hairy. It's crazy hair. But, yeah, having a pet in the van is not as bad as some people think. It really depends on your schedule and what you do. And Rover works great. Rover works great if you need it as a backup. I'll always just call a Rover and put him in a Rover. And again, a lot of times when I'm working those long days and I can have them there, I will have them there if I get away with it. But yeah, having a dog in the van is not as challenging for most people as it is for me, because I'm so all over the place with what I do. So you always got to stay a few steps ahead when it comes to, well, what are you going to do with Jax, you know? So other than that, yeah, having a dog, or even the same thing with a cat in the van, is it's actually almost a must. How can you not have a dog? I'm a huge dog guy. I love dogs. And I love my dog. He's great. But how can you not have this thing? Jax, come here, boy. How can you not have this thing around? He's a good old boy. So, anyways, yeah, that's my talk about having a dog in a van. If there's anything I missed, or any questions you have with what I do and how I handle having a dog in the van, feel free to comment. I will answer any questions that if anybody has in the next video. Oh, 2 more things. This thing is great, guys. It's like 30 bucks, and you can get it at Amazon. It's a retractable dog leash. Go ahead, Jax, go. This thing goes, I just bolted it in with some self-tappers, but this thing goes about 15 feet, and it's really nice. It keeps it clean, organized as far as having a dog leash. So yeah, 30 bucks on Amazon, totally worth the money. So, Leslie Emmy, I hope I said your name right. You had commented on one of my videos before about my back curtain here and how I have it set up. I told you I will show you in the next video, so here it is. I did. Let me widen out here. So this was a scarf that was actually given to me by an ex-girlfriend years ago. And it actually turned out to be the perfect like net type thing. And what I did is I just used magnets like these. I just put them on tape, and I used magnets to hold it up, right? And then I have a curtain rod on the inside of here that just is spread, poop, there, with curtains. And what I did is when I went on the inside with the curtains, if you see that, that way I could still control it. And then I could just open it up, and that's pretty much all I have. It's very simple, and one thing that it did was it hid all the bullshit that I didn't really finish. But yeah, that's all it is just a curtain rod on the inside, pretty much a net on the outside, and I just magnetized everything. So another thing I did here, let me pull this out so you can see it, is one of the magnets I have here has these little hooks type things that I got on Amazon, and I used it to magnetize the net on here, so that way when I have the curtain closed, I could use that little rope that I have on there to tie it up. That way it's on an angle like. I never really actually tie it up, but it's just there. I really like this setup. It's great because it keeps the bugs out, and one of the big things it does is on those windy days, it'll break the wind, and it'll be like a nice flow of air in the van, which is great. So yeah, that's the my rear curtain setup. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, keep it simple, keep it real, and I'll see you guys on the next one.